So this is the this is the Bitcoin. Do
been a
you want
wild ride.
you want to see the Bitcoin or you want to see
Yeah.
the ETFs or what do you want to see?
No, just that Bitcoin specifically. Yeah. Because it looks like it's about to make new all-time highs again.
You think?
Yeah.
So that was what William White was saying, Orlando. How he anticipates very, very high price surges in the very soon near-term future in the next coming months. Do you agree with his thesis?
Nobody knows. Nobody will ever know what the market will do. So whoever is trying to predict it, they're usually a bunch of BS. Because yeah, that's how I do the market, right? I don't predict, I react. So whatever the market is showing me, I react based on that information. So there's no point predicting the market because only the ones who manipulate it are the ones that can predict it, right? Nobody knows what the big money, how much money they're gonna put at specific time. It can be like a Fed news, FOMC, federal news, whatever, unemployment claims. You never know how much money the big money are gonna put in the market. So there's no point predicting it. Me, I'm just gonna wait for what the market shows me, and then I'm gonna react based on that.
Understood. Got it.
For example, it can be as simple as this chart right now, weekly chart. It broke like the previous high.
Oh, that was a daily chart. This is a weekly chart.
Oh yeah, daily or weekly. It's kind of similar.
Yeah, I guess I completely missed that today. I didn't know
Yeah.
Bitcoin was at 106,000. Wow. I completely missed it.
Yeah. So it's literally breaking the previous highs. So that will bring in way more buyers, for example. Like the moment it broke this, it closed above that. That's when it started just, adding a lot of people adding more buy and buy pressure in the market. So that's one example. You're just reacting. If ever it didn't break above that, anything can happen. It can still drop if it wants to. But the moment it broke it, that's when the buy pressure jumped in the market. So yeah. Now, whoever is telling you it's gonna, within the next few months, it's gonna do this, that, they don't know unless they're the one who's manipulating it.
Got it. Got it.
Trading strategy has always been follow the path of manipulation. That's my trading strategy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of what you guys have said. Where you have to follow the big movements from institutional capital because they are the ones that actually push the movement. You got to go in with your tides to go up with whatever direction they're going with.
Well, whatever is the sentiment of the people out there, that more likely the market is gonna do the opposite of it. It's always been like that, man. If everybody out there is thinking it's gonna do this, then they know people are entering buys. Institutions, big money know people are all entering buy positions. So if everybody's doing that, what do you think they're gonna do? They're not gonna help you make money. They don't care about you. You know what I mean? So every time you hear like news out there, some fundamentals, anything being shown out there, you gotta think, you gotta take a step back and think, why are they showing me this and how do they want me to react? Because even what's being put out there, they can control what's being put out there. They can control the media, whatever, So if they're showing you some information, that means they want you to react based on that information. So it's possible you're being manipulated if you're just listening to everything being put out there and reacting based on it.
Well, I wasn't really talking about external media. There was a speaker who was earlier on who had a kind of a bullish view on Bitcoin.
Okay.
I was kind of referencing that.
Yeah. Well, we don't know how they come to that conclusion. Maybe it's based on technical analysis, and it could be good.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's talking about. Bill, who dropped off a little bit ago, did the presentation earlier. Bill was saying that he was looking at 125,000 by summer, and I think he's looking at the charts. It's breaking out.
Yeah.
I'm holding Bitcoin as well. I'm holding IBIT and I'm holding MicroStrategy. But I also have 125. I think I've been holding it for over a year. I'm looking at 125. I'm probably gonna unload some of my Bitcoin when it gets 125. But
do you know how to use Fibonacci, or do you not?
Yeah, I
that's
don't, I'm not, yeah, I'm not really a very heavy technical
okay.
analysis
Okay.
person. I don't
Because it's
believe
one of the
in,
best ways to identify where the sellers are waiting, especially if it's at an all-time high. Like
yeah.
that's exactly what happened on the last bull run. It happens all the time. So if
Well,
ever you're looking
I
for
mean,
exit plans, that would be
some
good.
people use Fibonacci. They believe I don't believe charts. I mean, they're helpful, but any economic news, fundamental news, any news overrides anything that's on a chart. So I do use this is similar to Fibonacci. These are pivot points. So I use these as my targets. But yeah, I mean these are I prefer these pivot point, but I know some people prefer Fibonacci. So I'm using these pivot points as my
Yeah.
target price because I have no other way of knowing when to get rid of my Bitcoins. I look at the moving averages. So it's been holding the moving averages. It's been holding the Ichimoku cloud formation. So I see it's still in an upward trend, as far as I can tell, even though
Yeah.
you see
Even the
it's
structure
volatile.
also.
So
It has
I'm just letting it hold and letting it run.
yeah. Even the structure,
chart,
it's still all bullish,
I have
So
a quick question on this chart. That whole pink area, it's like a whole zone, and then there's all this to the right, all the gray area. What
Green.
does that mean? What is that?
This is I use the Ichimoku. This is an Ichimoku cloud trend pattern. The reason why I use this, if you'll notice that what it does, it places the cloud, it puts a trend 26 periods it forward. So if you look at this closely, you can see that this makes an upward and a downward. So and it just places that like 20 out in front of it, so it just kind of gives me something to gauge it by. So it's basically it's following the chart pattern. It just placing it 26 period forward is what it is. Does that make sense? You understand what I was trying to say?
I get it now. What is it called again? Can you say that slower?
It's called an Ichimoku cloud.
Ichimo?
It's a Japanese right here. It's called a Ichimoku
Ichimo.
cloud.
Ichimo cloud. Okay, I never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why you can see that's what I have here in my overlay. It's on my stock charts.